Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm absolutely thrilled to show you how to crochet these adorable, lovable toys using a super easy method that's perfect for absolute beginners. You can use almost any yarn you like, and I recommend a comfortable hook size like a 4mm, as it makes it much easier to work with. You'll also need some felt to create the face and ears, along with thread. For true beginners, I highly recommend using a smooth, non-fluffy yarn. Fluffy yarns can be a bit tricky to see your stitches in, which can be frustrating when you're just starting out. Also, remember to use a hook size that's smaller for your yarn, so your stuffing won't show through the stitches. We're going to start by making a simple rectangle. This rectangle will be approximately 5 inches by 4 inches. Part 1. Crocheting the main body rectangle. First, let's make a slip knot on our hook. We always begin our new crochet projects this way. Now, we'll make our starting chain. I'm going to chain 18 stitches. You can make as many chains as I do, or adjust the number if you want to make a smaller or larger toy. It's completely customizable. Once you have your chains, add 1 extra chain for your turning chain. We always make 1 extra chain at the end of a row when working flat. Otherwise, your rectangle won't be straight. So, always remember to add that turning chain. Now, we'll work into the second chain from the hook. We're going to make a single crochet. Insert your hook into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops on your hook. That's a single crochet. Continue making 1 single crochet into each chain stitch across the entire row until you reach the end. We're at the end of the row now. This is our last chain stitch. Make sure to work into it. The slip knot at the very beginning is not a stitch, so we don't crochet into it. To begin the next row, we'll make 1 chain. This builds our wall for the next row. Then, turn your work and make a single crochet into the first single crochet of the previous row. Continue making 1 single crochet into each stitch across the row. For this project, we'll have 18 single crochets in each row. Continue working these rows until your rectangle measures approximately 5 inches by 4 inches. I made 15 rows, but you can make as many as you like to achieve your desired size. I made a fluffy rectangle too, but you can't see stitches here. I can make such labubu too. Part 2. Assembling and stuffing the body. Once your rectangle is complete, it's time to assemble the body. You'll need a matching yarn color, so your stitches will be invisible. I also recommend using cotton yarn for assembly, as it's often easier to work with. First, we need to stitch the top side of your rectangle. Gather the stitches along the top edge and pull them tight to close the opening. This will form your labubu's bottom. Now, let's stitch the long sides together. This will create the main body of your toy. Stitch from the bottom opening to the top. Try to stitch it neatly all the way to the end. Once sewn, turn the body inside out. Now, it's time to stuff our toy. You can use pillow stuffing or even leftover yarn scraps if you don't need them. Don't stuff it too tightly, as we'll be shaping it later. Just a nice soft fill. After stuffing, we need to stitch the top part closed. This will form the head of our toy. Stitch it the same way we did the bottom openings. Now, let's create a neck shape. Gently squeeze and shape the body just below the head to define the neck area. Part 3. Crocheting and attaching the ears. The ears should be approximately 2.5 inches by 2 inches. We'll start with a slip knot and chain 10 stitches.
Plus 1 turning chain.
Now, work single crochet stitches into each chain across the row. Continue making 5 more rows of single crochet, just like we did for the body rectangle. If you want to make 2 ears like you see in the finished photo, you'll need to make 2 of these rectangles. The ears should be approximately 7 chains and 5 rows. Once your ear rectangles are complete, fold each one in half. Now, you can stitch them closed using a needle and matching thread, or you can use slip stitches. To close with slip stitches, insert your hook through both sides of the folded fabric, yarn over, and pull through all loops on your hook. Repeat this along the long side and the short side of the ear to create a neat, ear-like shape. After seaming, cut off your yarn and don't forget to turn the ears inside out. And just like that, your ears are ready. Now, let's attach the ears to the top of your Labubu's head. Whether you made 1 large ear or 2 smaller ones, the process is the same. Position the ears on top of the head where you'd like them to be. Use your thread and needle to stitch them securely around the base. If your thread matches the yarn color, your stitches will be invisible. Don't worry about any slight imperfections. The fluffy or plushy nature of the toy will easily hide them. Congratulations, your ears are attached. Part 4. Shaping the body and embroidering the face. Now, let's go back to the body. We need to define the neck area more clearly. We'll stitch around the middle of the body to create a distinct head shape. This also helps to secure the stuffing and give your toy a more defined look. Next, we'll make the felt pieces. You'll need to cut out the shapes for the face and ears from felt. For a single large ear, you'll use 1 felt piece. If you're making 2 ears, you'll use the same template for 2 ears. Now, let's move on to embroidering the face. We'll start with the teeth and mouth. I think you'll find this part quite easy. A quick tip: don't make my mistake of drawing directly on the felt. I thought it wouldn't show, but it can. So it's always best to sketch your design on paper first. For the teeth, we'll create 9 small triangles. Distribute them evenly around the mouth area. Just repeat the simple triangular stitch for each one. It should look like this. I hope you find it straightforward. Next, for the nose, use pink felt. Cut a small triangle shape. You can either embroider it directly or glue it on. To embroider, work your stitches from the top down to create the desired shape. It's best to secure your embroidery threads neatly at the back. I use black thread and a small needle for a mouth. Make a stitch that covers 2 teeth. Then bring your needle back halfway and secure the thread. Work a small stitch from left to right to secure it in place. Remember not to use too long a thread, or it might tangle at the back. Repeat this process for all 9 teeth. Stitch for 2. Come back and secure. It should look fantastic and neat. Finally, let's create the eyes. You have a few options here. You can embroider them, cut them from felt, or even use safety eyes, whatever you prefer. I personally love this style of eye. I think it looks fantastic and adds a creative touch. To make them, work your stitches and then bring your needle back to the same starting point for a clean finish. Once one eye is done and looks good, simply repeat the process for the second eye. Now that our face is complete, we'll glue the felt pieces onto the Labubu's head. Use fabric glue for a secure hold. Just apply a little bit of glue and gently push the felt piece into place. Part 5. Adding limbs and final touches. Make a slip knot, and then make a chain. You'll need to make enough chains to close all the edges neatly. Your gauge might be different from mine, so make a piece and try it on your toy to see if you need more or fewer chains. For the arms and legs, we'll make small crocheted pieces, like little circles. You can make slip knot, 3 chains, and in first chain crochet 6 single crochets for each leg and arm. You'll need 4 of these pieces in total. Finally, let's add the arms and legs. You can either glue them or sew them onto the body. I recommend sewing them for a more secure attachment, as sometimes glue might not hold as well. For the final touch, I like to add a small decorative bow to make the toy even cuter. Cut off any excess yarn. Then, take some yarn and wrap it around the base of the ears to hide any edges and make them look even more seamless. Weave in any remaining tail ends inside the body to keep everything secure and tidy. And there you have it. Our adorable Labubu is complete. I hope you love it as much as I do. Thank you for watching and making this toy with me. If you're an advanced crocheter, I also have other patterns available like this one. Thank you for watching and bye-bye. All info is in the info box below.